My name is Megan Washington, and you're watching Toasted.
Welcome to Amsterdam.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
You don't stutter at all.
Not when I don't. When I have to see now, when I have to read aloud, it gets quite. It's not amazing, but no. Normally speaking like this, I can. I have ways and means and methods.
I loved your TEDx speech, by the way. That was amazing stuff to do. Was
Thank
it actually the first time you talked about it?
Yeah, I sort of just assumed that everybody knew already somehow. I don't know. But yeah, the thing about TED that's interesting is that everybody who speaks on it is an expert in something, right? There's the mathematician who's talking about the maths of falling in love or something, and this, all these amazing, people drawing lines between really interesting things, and the only thing that I'm an expert in is myself. So I thought I kind of only had to talk about, it's the only thing to talk about, really.
One of the beautiful takeouts was what you said is the music is my sweet relief.
That's very true. It's definitely my happy place. That's for sure. Yeah.
Because your lyrics are pretty dark sometimes. Yeah, you laugh now.
Is that a question? Well, especially on this record, like I really wanted to. I really wanted to kind of write about the things that I'd never written about before, which were the dark things. So yeah, this is a pretty dark record.
Actually, I was thrilled to get your music because your record company sent me a file with all the lyrics. That's rare that people send you all the lyrics. Normally you have to plow through it as a journalist. So I was really, really happy to get the lyrics.
Why did they do that?
Because your lyrics are pretty good.
Oh, that's cool. I think that lyrics, I have a lot of friends who only hear the music. They don't hear them. Even like there are people in my band who just are really like melodically oriented, and that's fine. But for me, like, the song is all about the story and the sentiment and the mood. And I think, for me at least, like writing is a way of making the personal kind of universal, or the universal, personal. And I think that, my favorite songwriters are definitely songwriters where when you hear the line, you think, I thought I was the only one who ever thought that, Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I try to write songs that people can actually hear themselves inside, not just da na 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 na. Maybe that's my next record, but I'm gonna make a disco album about cats. Like with this record, I really wanted to do something that would have a strong message.
I think it gives a lot of depth to your music as well, knowing that the lyrics are real. It's a rare thing. Most artists that I talk to write poetic stuff and they say it's for free for everybody to interpret. And
Right.
Maybe you mean this and I mean that, but I don't want to really talk about it.
Yeah, see, I think that's bullshit. That's like when, do you remember in high school when you had like an art exam and you'd be like, it's a painting of like maybe you're really good at drawing dinosaurs, like you're just really good at that, so your teacher's like, make a drawing, you're like, okay, and you draw a dinosaur, like you always draw a dinosaur all the time in your notebook all the time, and then the teacher's like, what does it mean? And you go, well, it's kind of about like the antiquity, like I'm coming of age, I'm a teenager now, I'm feeling like, you know what I mean? You can reverse engineer anything to mean anything, if you want to.
So the lyrics are also about you, right? It's not...
I don't know that there's any song ever been written that's actually the truth. Because if I really wrote about like a specific event, it would be the world's most boring song. So of course, a lot of it's about me. Some of it's to myself and for myself. Like, it's a very...
It must be hard to
yeah.
to sing these emotions in front of like this massive crowd. For instance, you sang in the Sydney Opera, like really personal stuff.
Yeah, but once a song is written, it sort of just becomes repertoire. For me, it sort of becomes crystallized, and inside is the emotion but the emotion's like knocking on the glass, like it's there, it's done. And you just sort of hold it up and go, this emotion. Now this emotion, you know what I mean?
To be honest, I mean, when I read the lyrics and listened to the music, I was like, wow. Sometimes I was like, well, she must be a horrible person, you know? I mean, there's a guy who offers her a ring to get married. She makes it smaller. Probably that's the ring. And then the lyrics go like, you know, do you want it back? And I can't believe you actually really meant to marry me.
Right.
Which is, of course...
I'm clearly a horrible person. Well, I mean, that song was the first song that I wrote for the record, Marry Me. And
did it actually happen?
yeah, no shit. It was heavy. But, you know, the thing is, like, I couldn't really finish that song because I didn't know what sort of song it was. It was like, was it going to be, I was wrong to not marry you, or is it like, I'm so sorry that it all happened, or is it a this or that, you know? And actually the chorus, it took me weeks to arrive there, you know, psychologically. And, you know, the answer was just, I remember it. That's all I think I had to say was I remember it. And I didn't mean like, I can't believe you would have married me. Like, I can't believe you. What I mean is like, I can't believe you would have married me because I'm a monster.
Which makes you very human, I think.
Right. I'm a squid, you know, I'm a gigantic squid in shoes with a piano.
Are you a very narcissistic and an egocentric person, actually? What do you reckon?
I would say...
It seems like you just pursue who you are, and you don't make compromises, right?
I would say that is true of every artist. And so, universally, I'm sure that I'm selfish. But, I mean, I don't know, doesn't everybody have their own interests at heart? And if you could, wouldn't you just pursue... Maybe you're doing it right now, right? You played in the punk band instead of, like, the movie. You know what I mean? Like, I think everybody kind of does pursue exactly what they want. But yeah, I mean, but to be honest with you, like, you have to. My therapist says you are entitled to your own life, which I think is a good maxim. Certainly something that I try to live by.
The first song I ever heard, and when I read the lyrics, which was about bad sex.
Which song?
That's what I found in your biography,
Yeah.
and I was plowing through it because that triggered me.
But I'd like to know which song do you think that
Skyline.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Well, see, this is the thing. Were you? I mean, I thought it was The Falling. But maybe it's Skyline as well. Like, you know what I mean? Because once you start writing, and especially when you're writing a few songs at once, like all the themes and all the tendrils of the squid get all mixed up, and maybe, you know. But yeah, that song is about like a person.
I couldn't help notice you have a Southern Cross on your arm.
Oh, it's not actually. It's the Big Dipper.
Ah, good.
It's it's a part of Ursa the Bear. Yeah, it's a constellation. It's not the sun. Oh my god.
No, exactly. I thought it was, and I'm told from Australian friends that if you have that, it's the most bogan thing you can have.
It is the definition. Even this, I was like, I'm not sure if I should do it. But yeah, no, it's Ursa the Bear.
Why?
Because I dreamt about it for about 6 months, and then I was writing a song, and I had this idea that life is kind of just about connecting the dots, and sometimes you go, you know, sometimes it splits, but you always kind of end up, but I don't know, I don't know.